Let's talk about CRE social media marketing. Most teams aren't quite hitting the nail on the head, and it's not because they're bad at marketing, but because they're applying a B2C playbook to a very specific B2B industry with a very different sales cycle. Today, I'm going to give you the actual playbook, platform by platform, so you can stop wasting time on channels that won't move the needle for your business. What I'll cover today is platform strategy across the key channels, the content that actually converts for CRE, the tools you need to manage it more efficiently, and the metrics you need to be monitoring. But first, there's one important step that most teams skip. You need to define your audience before you decide where to spend your time. Who exactly are you trying to reach? Tenants, investors, corporate occupiers, other brokers? The platforms and content types are completely different depending on that answer. Once you've defined that, pick one, maybe two platforms and go deep. Don't try and spread yourself across all four with half a strategy on each. Social media only really works when you show up consistently. So posting every 2 weeks doesn't really move the needle. LinkedIn is without question the highest value social platform for commercial real estate. It's the world's largest professional network, and unlike other platforms, business content doesn't feel out of place here. It's where your prospects, investors, and broker peers are spending their professional time. So let's talk about how to actually use it. What wins in LinkedIn is multiple voices, not just one, content that demonstrates expertise, and a good distribution strategy beyond organic. The biggest shift on LinkedIn over the last few years is this. The algorithm rewards people, not companies. Your company page has a fraction of the reach your brokers and analysts' personal profiles do. So if your LinkedIn strategy is post on the company page and hope for the best, you might be leaving visibility on the table. The firms winning on LinkedIn right now have figured out how to activate their people, not just the managing directors, but the marketing associates, the transaction managers, people who are closest to deals and the market data. That's what building internal thought leadership looks like in practice. So the goal isn't just one voice, it's a range. Each person gets to build their own audience, and together they build the firm's reputation. But here's how to make this repeatable rather dependent on whoever is most motivated that week. First, give people content frameworks, not scripts, but structures, overviews. Give them examples of what good posts look like. And second, make it really easy to share internal knowledge publicly. So the research report you sent to a client, create them a stripped down version that they can post natively. The content that performs really well in CRE right now is specific market intel, honest deal commentary, and anything that shows that you saw something before the market did. While there's a place for brand building, generic listing announcements, company press releases, what actually moves the needle is market data with a real point of view. The best formats for LinkedIn are native posts with images, carousel documents, short videos under 90 seconds, and LinkedIn newsletters for recurring market updates. The LinkedIn newsletters are massively underused in CRE. If you're already producing a quarterly or monthly report, a newsletter gives it a dedicated subscriber base and shows up like a notification, not just a post in the feed. And finally, if you want to really support all of these tactics, LinkedIn ads are a great way to get your posts in front of exactly the right people. LinkedIn allows you to really narrow down your target audience and create really cost-efficient advertising. So the firms that are going to own LinkedIn in CRE aren't the ones with the biggest budgets, but they know who they want to target and they have valuable things to say to them. Talking honestly about X, formerly Twitter, the platform has changed significantly, and for most CRE teams, it no longer makes sense. The organic reach has dropped, and the professional audience that used to make Twitter quite valuable for industry networking has largely migrated to LinkedIn, as the algorithm now favors paid subscribers through X Premium. So it's a lot of friction for a channel that was never a strong lead generator in CRE to begin with. It's still great for monitoring industry news, following economists, journalists, and occasional real-time commentary. But you need to be posting and engaging every single day, multiple times a day to really see any traction. It could be worth exploring if there is a senior voice in your organization that already has a following there. But if you're starting from zero or very little, it's better to invest that time in LinkedIn instead. Facebook's organic reach for business pages has continued decline. We're now looking at a 1 to 3% of your followers seeing any given organic post. It's not a reason to abandon it, but you need to go in with the right expectations. Facebook is now a paid media platform. If you treat it that way, it can still deliver. The case for Facebook ads still remains strong for CRE, especially for campaigns that are property specific, as you can retarget people who visited your property website and be really specific about job title, industry, geography, company size. And because Facebook and Instagram share the same ad infrastructure through the Meta Business Suite, a single campaign can run across both platforms simultaneously, which creates efficiency if you have a leaner marketing team. Organic isn't completely dead, so if you can find Facebook groups in local or niche markets, they might still be active and a good place to share content. Instagram is still a strong organic channel, but it's very clear that video wins. Instagram Reels get significantly more reach than static posts, and that's been true for a couple of years. But for CRE, that's a real opportunity to show off property walkthroughs, construction progress, or quick market takes from a broker on site. Doesn't need to be really well produced and polished. It can just be real and short. Instagram hasn't always been a channel we've considered for B2B because the largest user segment is 25 to 44, but that 35 to 54 age range has grown. So decision makers are on this platform. The strategy hasn't changed. High quality photography and video, connect to your Meta Business Suite so your best posts can run as ads without rebuilding them from scratch. What has changed is that static posts alone won't cut it anymore. And if you're not producing some sort of video, you might not get the real reach that this platform can deliver. Finally, a quick note on tooling. So if you're managing social across multiple platforms, a scheduling tool is a non-negotiable. Buffer is lightweight and affordable, Hootsuite is a bit more robust, and Sprout Social is enterprise grade with really strong analytics. Pick one and schedule your content in batches and stop posting manually one at a time. On metrics, don't get distracted by follower counts. The metrics that matter are engagement rate, website clicks on social, and inbound inquiries that originate from social channels. Those three are going to tell you whether your content is doing anything beyond generating likes. If you want to go deeper, we have a full breakdown of each platform, tool recommendations, LinkedIn groups for CRE that you can join today on our blog post, and I've linked the full guide in the description. It's a written version of this video in a bit more detail, and it's a useful reference to bookmark if you're thinking about your social media strategy.